The ambulance screamed through the night, red lights painting the rain-soaked streets like bleeding stars. Inside, a girl lay still, pale, fragile, her chest rising only because a machine told it to. Her name was Aria Moretti, daughter of billionaire Anthony Moretti, a girl who had everything except time. 3 days, the doctors had said. 3 days before her heart, weak and failing, would stop for good. No donor match, no miracle. Just time slipping away. But fate had other plans, and it began not in the golden halls of wealth, but in the dark alley behind a crumbling building, where a street kid named Kai was rummaging through a trash can for a half-eaten sandwich. That's the moment, they say, when two worlds that should never touch collided. The news channels wouldn't stop talking about her. Billionaire's daughter battles rare heart disease. 3 days left to live. Every hour her face appeared on TV, golden hair, soft smile. Eyes that looked too kind for the cruel countdown written into her destiny. Somewhere across the city, Kai watched her image on an electronics shop's broken screen. He didn't care much for the rich or their problems. To him, people like her lived in another universe. One where hunger was just a choice, and pain came in designer bottles. But then he noticed something. Those eyes, they didn't look arrogant or proud, they looked sad, trapped. For some reason, he couldn't look away. He didn't know that, at that exact moment, Aria was awake, barely, staring at the ceiling of her hospital room, wishing she could just feel normal one last time. No machines, no pity, just the wind on her face. She whispered to her nurse, "I want to go outside." The nurse smiled sadly. "You can't, sweetheart, it's raining." Aria turned her face away. "Then let it rain on me." That night, she did something no one expected. With trembling hands, she pulled off her oxygen tubes, slipped out of the hospital room in her patient gown, and disappeared into the city. By dawn, the Moretti mansion was chaos, her father furious, terrified, calling every cop and news channel in the state. "Find her! Whatever it takes!" But Aria wasn't lost. She was free, just for a little while. She wandered through the streets, dizzy and weak, until she collapsed near an abandoned market. That's where Kai found her. At first, he thought she was just another runaway rich girl, until he saw the medical bracelet on her wrist. He hesitated. He could have walked away. But something about her, the way her lips whispered help even when no sound came out, made him kneel beside her. He carried her, shivering, weightless, back to the small shelter where he slept under broken roofs with other street kids. When she woke up, she looked around, confused. Where am I?" Kai smirked. "Welcome to the 5-star underworld. Breakfast is air, lunch is hope, dinner's optional." She smiled weakly. "You saved me. Don't mention it. Just don't die here. Bad for my reputation." That made her laugh, and he realized it was the first real laugh he'd heard in weeks. As the hours turned to days, Aria and Kai began to talk, really talk. She told him about her dreams, how she wanted to be a doctor, how she hated being seen as the millionaire's daughter. He told her about his life on the streets, about hunger, the gangs, the nights when he'd look up at the city lights and wonder what it felt like to live in one of those glowing towers. "Maybe," she said softly, "it's not as bright as it looks." He looked at her, fragile, pale, but still smiling, and something inside him broke open. He wanted to help her, even if he didn't know how. Then she fainted again. Her heart beat, weak. Kai panicked. He ran through the streets with her in his arms, shouting for help, but no one stopped. No one cared. Desperation clawed at his chest. That's when he saw the old community clinic, small, underfunded, barely standing. He burst inside, yelling, "She's dying! Please!" The doctor looked at her and froze. "Is this? Oh my God!" "That's Aria Moretti." They didn't have the right equipment, no donors, nothing. But Kai refused to leave. "There has to be a way!" The doctor sighed. Only a heart transplant could save her, and it's impossible without a match. Kai's voice cracked. "Then test me." The doctor blinked. You're not even family. Just do it." Minutes passed like hours. The test results printed. The doctor's hands trembled as he looked at them. It's a match." Kai stared. "What? A perfect match?" the doctor whispered. "But if we do this, you won't survive." Kai sat beside Aria, who was barely conscious. He brushed a strand of hair from her face and whispered, "Hey, princess, looks like I finally get to live in your world." In a weird way. She opened her eyes just enough to see his face. What are you talking about? He smiled. Nothing, just promise me one thing. When you see the stars again, think of me, okay? Tears slipped down her cheeks. Nuv, please don't. But he was already gone into the operating room. Hours later, the city's heart stopped again, this time for a different reason. News broke. Unknown street boy sacrifices life to save billionaire's daughter. Aria woke up days later, her heartbeat steady, strong. But the bed beside her was empty. She never knew his last name, only that his first name was Kai, the boy who had nothing yet gave her everything. 2 years passed. Aria kept her promise. She became a doctor, one who worked in free clinics, helping street kids, building shelters, changing lives in Kai's name. She'd tell his story to everyone who'd listen. And every night, she'd look up at the stars and whisper, "Thank you." Because sometimes, miracles don't come from heaven. They come from the streets. And sometimes, the poorest heart beats the richest love of all.